Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. My name is Gail Snyder. I'm the Executive Director for Dementia Friendly Fort Worth. We are proud to offer this program in conjunction with funding from the United Way Area Agency on Aging. This is a recorded program. It is available for on-demand playback through a YouTube channel. Today, our presenter is Brook Wood, and we are doing 1980s The Price is Right. Brook, let's get our game started.
All righty, let me start sharing my screen really quick. Ooh, my things are in the way. Don't peek in the corners, y'all. Let me get this going. All righty, so today we are doing the 1980s version of The Price is Right. So y'all will see some different items from the 80s. And we'll get to guess their prices. So, rules of the game. So we're going to guess the price and be the closest without going over the price, and you'll get the point. And the player with the most points at the end wins. And I'll say, Patrick, I know you haven't joined us before on this, but it's been a tight race. So Gail's pretty good at this game. So, yeah. All right. So we have Barbara joining too.
Yes.
You want to wait just a second before we get started?
Yes, let's wait just a minute.
Hello, we're sorry.
That's okay. Good morning. We're glad you're here. We're playing The Price is Right today.
Oh, another one of those. That was interesting last time, but I can't stay in here today, so.
All right, are we ready, or is we connecting with the video as well?
Yes. Okay. You can start. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All righty. So the first, hopefully you didn't see that because I accidentally clicked twice instead of once. My finger got trigger happy. So the first item we are doing is a Mr. Potato Head. So this is a Mr. Potato Head from the 1980s. And we can start off with guessing the price on this. Patrick, do you want to start us off on guessing the price on the 1980s Mr. Potato Head?
Sure, $8.50.
$8.50.
$5. $5.
$5.
$6.99.
$6.99. And is Bernice just watching, or?
I'm not sure. I haven't been able to reach anybody.
Okay. Well, we'll keep going then. All righty. So our price for the Mr. Potato Head in the 1980s is, my cameras are covering it, $4.77. Wow. So Barbara, y'all were the closest. I don't get super picky with the going over part because everybody went over on that one. So whoever was the closest, at the end of the day, even if you went over. So Barbara was the closest on that with the $5. So the original toy, I have some fun facts that I put in some of my slides too. So the original toy cost 98 cents and contained hands, feet, ears, 2 mouths, 2 pairs of eyes, 4 noses, 3 hats, eyeglasses, and a pipe. And 8 felt pieces resembling facial hair. The original Mr. Potato Head kit did not come with a potato body, so parents had to provide their own potato into which children could stick the different pieces. So that's a little fun fact. Yeah. So by the time the 1980s Mr. Potato Head came around, they did have the little potato figure. But yeah, they would originally do just sticking it into the potatoes that you had at home. And I'm sure they cooked those potatoes after they were done being toys. All righty. Let's see what our next item is. So this one's a little bit different. I haven't done this one in our other versions before. But I thought that this was interesting to talk about. So just a movie ticket. How much do you think a ticket costs to go to the movies in the 1980s?
$5.
$5? Is that what you said, Patrick?
Yes.
Okay.
Barbara, do you remember going to the movies in the 80s? Did you go to the movies in the 80s?
Me up there? Yes, ma'am, that's you. Can you hear her? Did you go to the movies in the 80s? I don't know. She don't remember.
Well, do y'all want to make a guess?
I'd say about $5.
Okay.
$5.
Okay.
Patrick guessed $5, so I would either guess a penny over or a penny under.
Okay, maybe a penny over.
So you're guessing $5.01. Okay.
Yeah.
Gail, what's your guess?
Okay, well, I wasn't allowed to go to the movies in the 80s, but I'm going to guess $3.50.
$3.50. Okay, Gail's guess is $3.50. So $3.55. You were very, very close, Gail. That you were the winner on that point, even though you weren't allowed to go. You still got the closest. So I looked up movie prices today. I haven't been to the movies in quite some time, not only because of this quarantine, but I just haven't gone in quite some time. And but I do know the last time I went, they were exorbitant amount of prices for the movies. So today you can go to the movies for anywhere between probably $13 and $20, depending on the time of the day, and if you're going to go see like a 3D movie or an IMAX movie. But it also depends on the type of chair. You know, they now have reclining chairs in some of our movie theaters around here, and you can pay a pretty penny for going to the movies and getting a reclining chair. So, and on top of that, on the $10 popcorn you're spending and everything like that, it's definitely a lot more expensive than the $3.55. Patrick, you're shaking your head. Have you experienced the movies lately and those big prices?
Yes. I don't think I'm going to go. I'll just wait till the dollar movies come around.
Exactly.
Probably ends up being between $25 and $30 a person, unless you're going.
I've seen people bring in those big purses, and they've already got their own popcorn. And there was even one couple that had bought a wine in a box. You know, it comes in that plastic bag, and they pulled the bag out of the box and stuck it in her purse.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah. You know, one of the movie theaters that was around my parents, where my parents live, they have a bowling alley in it, like a big bowling alley. They have multiple restaurants in it. I mean, it's like way too fancy, and you could spend way more than even $30 a person there if you really wanted to. So yeah, definitely. It's, I guess, what people are wanting to do for the experience still. But yeah, I'm with you, Patrick. I think I'll wait until the movie comes out and save my money that way.
Exactly.
All righty, let's see what our next, this one came out a little bit blurry, but it's a CD cassette boombox from the 1980s. So the big boom boxes that everybody used to carry around on their shoulders. Ooh.
They were at least probably like $100.
$100, is that what y'all are guessing? All righty.
I would say
Gail,
75.
Patrick?
75.
75, Patrick, okay.
I'm going to say $59.95.
That's probably a good one.
Well, I have to tell y'all are going to be in for a big shocker then, because this was way more than any of those. $288.
Wow.
88 was the approximate price. So this one, and I should have put it in the description, this one that I have a picture of had 16 different tapes that you could put in there and alternate between. But that would equivalent today to $800.
Wow.
Which is very expensive. But then I started thinking about it, and I mean, I know that cell phones weren't, that big back then, but I mean, people are paying more than that to carry music on their phone now a day sometimes. So yeah, I thought that was very, very expensive. But Barbara, y'all were the closest with the $100 guess, so great job. Alrighty, our next item, this is the different one that we have in there. Okay, so this isn't a guess the price necessarily. Well, you are guessing the price, but I give you the numbers here scrambled up. So this is a 1980 Ford Thunderbird, and the price of it in the 80s is between these numbers, so 1668, and you have to unscramble the numbers and see if you can guess it right. Gail, do you want to start us off with this one?
Okay, I'm going to say 8616.
8616, okay. Patrick, do you want to guess next?
I'll say 8661.
8661.
Hey,
Barbara, do you want to guess next?
I want to say about, I bought a car and it was that same color. And I can't remember what we paid for it though.
Well, look, we have the numbers out here for you. So 1668. Unscramble those and see if you can get a guess.
166. I want to say that 1668. It was about 16,000.
Okay, you want to say the 1668? Well, this car in the 1980s, the 1980 Ford Thunderbird, cost $6,816.
Whoa.
It's
Okay.
probably worth $100,000 now.
Well, maybe so. So the Ford Thunderbird is an American automobile manufactured by the Ford Motor Company starting in 1955. The Thunderbird was also known as the T-Bird, and the car was often used in NASCAR races. John Denver recorded a song in 1986, Along for the Ride, about the 1956 Thunderbird. And I saw that there was a couple of other songs that had references to the Thunderbird in there as well. So, yeah, that is the Ford Thunderbird. So $6,816.
Wow.
All righty. So this one's a piece of furniture that we have. So it's a videotape storage cabinet. And here is what the description of it was. The custom crafted oak grain cabinet opens to reveal storage for up to 120 videotapes with inserts included holds 92 videotapes, 18 CDs, and 40 audio cassettes. Door locks for complete security.
My grandparents had a cabinet almost exactly like that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How much do you think they paid for it, Gail?
I'm gonna say $27.95.
$27.95. All righty. Patrick, do you want to guess?
$25.
$25. Okay. Patrick's undercutting you, Gail. He's gonna see if he can get closer.
$30.
$30. Okay, we're getting pretty close. Y'all are getting strategic with this game, getting close guesses to each other. Okay, so this actually costs $79.99.
Wow.
So Barbara, y'all were close with the with that. So I kind of thought it was interesting because I mean I still have DVDs and books in my store in my cabinet for my TV and stuff like that. But something similar to this, people probably don't purchase anymore because a lot of the times you can watch a lot of the movies you're wanting to on Netflix or with downloading it on the internet and things like that. So there probably isn't as much of a use for things like this anymore, but still a pretty piece of furniture. Alrighty, so our next item is going to be this 1989 refrigerator with an ice dispenser. So here is the description of it. Convenient ice dispenser helps keep refreshments cool. Lighted 15.2 cubic feet refrigerator section has 3 glass interior shelves and 3 door shelves to hold full loads of food with finesse. Includes butter storage with dish on door, 9.8 cubic foot freezer section, 4 Dyna White shelves, and 5 door shelves. I don't know what the Dyna White shelves are, but.
So in anything you looked at, did it tell you when the first dispensing refrigerators came out?
So I did try to look that up, and I think it was in the 80s, but I'm not 100% positive because whenever I was trying to look it up, they were, trying to tell me a lot about just ice in general, not dispensers themselves.
Okay, somebody else goes first this time.
Barbara, do you want to go first this time?
I'd say 700.
700. Okay, that's a good guess. Patrick?
750.
750. Okay. Gail?
850.
850.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, let's see what it costs. Well, I have 1,060, so the 850 was the closest.
Okay.
Good job, Gail. So this ice machine, maybe I have it in here actually. Oh, never mind. I had a different fun fact. So the ice machines from the late 1800s to the 1930s used toxic gases such as ammonia, methyl chloride, and sulfur dioxide as refrigerants. During the 1920s, several fatal accidents were registered. They were caused by the refrigerators leaking the methyl chloride. In the quest of replacing dangerous refrigerants, especially the methyl chloride, collaborative research ensued in America corporations. The result of that discovery was Freon, which is what we use today. So I think this is why my research got confusing, is because while ice machines were before Gail, you know, they've had ice machines for quite some time. Finding out whenever they had the ice dispenser just in the refrigerator was a little bit trickier for me to find. But
Right.
I want to guess it was in the early 80s or maybe late 70s, if I had to guess. So I'm glad now that we have safe ice dispensing and refrigerating technology, though. That's always a good thing.
What's interesting with that refrigerator is to get the low end of one that has a dispenser right now, you're looking at anywhere between $13,000 and $3,000 to $4,000.
Wow. Yeah.
But the low end, I think, is like $1,300.
Yep. Yep. I'm not surprised.
That huge of a price difference.
Right. That's true. Very true. So this is and I should read the description. So this is from whenever I pulled it. This was a portable TV, color TV. So attractive wood grain, high impact plastic cabinet, has rounded corners for a modern look. It's only 19-inch screen. Room light sensor automatically monitors and adjusts your picture brightness according to light conditions. Big LED channel display, cable TV connector. So you were able to get cable TV on this one, but it was a smaller 19. I don't know how big 19 inch. It's probably about that big. 19-inch version of a TV. Patrick, do you want to go first this time?
$600.
$600.
Yeah, I'd say 500.
500. Okay, Gail.
I'm going to say $350.
$350.
Okay.
All righty. So the actual cost of this TV was $589. So Barbara and team, y'all got closest without going over, so that's good. So I didn't put a fun fact on this one, and I didn't put this other item in there because it was another TV. But I saw in the 1980s, it really was like a pocket TV. They had a 2-inch screen TV that sold for $200. I guess it had an antenna on it, and it was used more in like emergency type situations, maybe if you're going out camping or something, but it was just a 2-inch screen TV for $200. And I just thought that was very expensive. So, all righty, let's see what our next item is. So this is actually, if y'all have seen, this picture came out blurrier than what I wanted, but it's a Power Wheels Corvette. So this is actually a real little girl. It's the ones that the kids drive around, they're able to get into. So the realistic stylings of the sporty auto includes such features such as floorboard simulated shift console with plastic ignition key, doors and hood that open and close, dual racing mirrors, simulated cellular phone, that's kind of funny, glove box storage, compartment and detailed dash and door panels, tough plastic body with molded in colors, power lock, electric brakes, has maximum speed of 3.5 miles per hour in forward or reverse. Choose from your Barbie themed pink or your classic red Corvette. So these are the ones that the kids drive around and stuff. So in the 1980s, how much do we think it cost? Barbara and team, do y'all want to go first?
Maybe $80.
$80, okay.
I'll go
Gail?
95.
Patrick, okay, 95. Gail?
150.
150. Okay, let's see. So it cost I left out a 9, $139.99. So Patrick, you were the closest without going over. And there's my little star. So I looked it up today because I had a Barbie Jeep when I was little. that my grandparents bought me. And I know some friends who have kids who have started, buying them for their 2 and 3-year-old kids now. And I wanted to see how much they cost. And let me tell you, some people are spending a lot of money on those things, because while there are some that cost $180, I did find plenty of them that cost $800. So I thought,
Wow.
On the 180 side, that might not be so bad. But on the $800 side of it, they were very tricked out. They looked like they were Jeeps that were, had lights and stuff on them. But $800, I thought that was very, very expensive.
Yep.
But so that is what that cost in the 1980s. Alrighty. So we have just a Mr. Coffee machine. This unit features crisp modular designs with high gloss finish, plus a restyled hood for easier access to the I never know how to say that. Systems automatically switches from brew to warm cycle, brews up to 12 cups, and has an analog clock and timer. So, Gail, do you want to guess first on this one? How much do you think this Mr. Coffee maker cost?
$15.95.
$15.95.
That's some really weak looking coffee.
I agree with that. You can see straight through it, can't you?
I don't drink coffee, but my husband does, and he would think that was not any good.
Yeah, I agree with him. I think that looks pretty weak as well. Patrick, do you want to guess?
$12.50.
$12.50. Okay. Barbara and team?
Okay, it has a lot of features on it. They've been kind of low. Let me see. I'll say $30.
$30. Okay. Yeah, that one has a nice little clock on it, so it does have some additional features. All right. Y'all were closest. $34.99. Y'all were definitely the closest. Great job. Y'all have actually, y'all are winning so far. Y'all had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 closest guesses. So here's a little fun fact.
You can get those for about the same price today.
You really
that's
could.
what I was going to say.
Yeah. So ever wonder who invented the coffee answer? The short answer is Melita Bentz in 1908, as she created the first drip coffee maker using a filter she made out of blotting paper. Since the drip coffee maker is what people usually think of when they hear coffee maker, she is the quick and easy answer. Now, I did read further along, and the long answer is that coffee has been around for forever, and they've been making it in many different ways, just without the use of the coffee maker. So that was the shorter of the answers for that. I've always liked the French press coffee as well. Have y'all ever used a press for if you drink coffee?
Yes.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It makes it a lot stronger, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Yep. I always think it takes a little bit more of your time to do it versus just, turning the pot on and walking away, because you have to, let the water boil and then come back and then let it steep and then, press it and stuff like that. But it does make really good coffee. I enjoy it. All right. I don't remember if that was the last one or not. Nope. We have another one. So Gail, last week we had a dishwasher that was not an under-the-counter dishwasher. It was just one of the dishwashers that you could roll. This week we have an under-the-counter dishwasher. So this under-the-counter model has a white porcelain enameled steel tub, a scratch-resistant door liner, energy-saving options, and much more. Also has a rinse and hold cycle that pre-washes dishes. The wood grain look plastic control panel has all of the settings: color and white, golden, wheat, avocado, coffee, or almond. Those are all the different colors you can get. So
1980s colors.
Yeah, the avocado especially, I feel like whenever I see the green.
Yeah, golden wheat.
I think those colors are similar to the 1970s edition of coffee and almond.
Yep.
Because last week we didn't have coffee and almond in the 70s.
Yep. Very true. Very true. All right. Who wants to guess first this time?
Let Patrick guess first this time.
Patrick, what's your guess?
Oh, in 1980, probably $400.
$400. Okay. Barbara, do y'all want to guess next?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Gail?
I'm going to say $550.
$550. Okay, let's see who's the closest. $249. So everyone was over.
Yeah.
So an under-the-counter dishwasher costs $249. And what I actually thought was interesting, and you know, sometimes it is a little bit hard to find these prices online for things. But I've been using one site that has, you know, all of the different decades. But the dishwasher that we had last week, I believe, was just slightly cheaper than this. So from the 70s to the 80s, there wasn't much price difference for the different dishwashers. And so I was kind of intrigued by that. But yeah, so this one says it was $249.
I think the reason why they were able to do that is because the one we had last week, it was portable. So it would be finished on all sides.
That's very true.
This one being under counter mounted, they saved the expense of those panels because it was inserted into the cabinetry.
That's very true. Very true. Good thinking, Gail. I didn't think about that.
And Patrick was the closest without going over, right?
Everyone went over. Patrick was the closest. So he guessed 400. And so, yep. But y'all all did very well. But Barbara and team, y'all were actually the winners. So great job, guys. That was a lot of fun. So I always end with some fun facts about the decade as well. So let me get my little cameras out of the way. All right. So fun facts about the 1980s. So in 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted in Washington State. So this is, I think, a little depiction of what that looked like. I think this was a drawing, but yep, Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980. And I thought this one was funny. This is why I put this one in here. I just thought it was funny. But in 1982, the computer is named Time Magazine's Man of the Year, or Machine of the Year. They put on there, but I thought that was funny. So that one was that. All right. In 1983, Sally Ride becomes the first American woman in space. So she was the first person to go into, the first woman to go into space from America. I thought that was really cool. And then in 1985, the wreck of the Titanic was discovered. I guess I hadn't realized that it hadn't been discovered before the ship went down. So I thought that was interesting. But 1985 was when the wreck was discovered. All right. And in missed my thing. In 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear reaction explodes in the USSR. And then I believe this is our last one, but in 1989, the Berlin Wall is torn down at the end of the Cold War. So this is some of them getting torn down. You can see the big hole at the Berlin Wall. So I believe those are all of our fun facts for today for our 1980s version of The Price is Right, and getting to learn a little bit more about the 1980s. Hopefully, you know, it brought back some memories for some of y'all, and then also maybe you got to learn something new about the 80s as well.
So does anybody remember specifically any of those historical events that Brooke mentioned?
Yes.
The Berlin Wall. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I lived up in Washington State from 81 to like 89. And you could, I lived on the east side. And you could still find volcanic dust in the late 80s up in the mountains if you're
wow. Huh. That's very, very crazy that after so many years, but I'm sure it just settles and nobody disturbed it, right?
Yep.
Wow.
I actually had a chance to visit that and go to the museum at the state park in 2014, I believe. And I thought it was very interesting to see all the artifacts that they had collected and the stories, because they had several films that you could watch, the stories about, you know, people that they knew that they were in contact with, and then they couldn't find them after it was over with.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
Well, very interesting. Well, I know I thought it was interesting. So I don't think the astronaut that we showed, I don't believe she went to the moon or anything like that, but she was our first American female in space. So I thought that was really interesting. And I know we just, if y'all have heard about the Tesla launch that happened a couple weeks ago, I think that was our first time sending somebody to space in quite some time. So.
Yes.
Tesla partnered with NASA, I believe, and they were able to get a ship out to space. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting to watch as well. So
Great. Brooke, thank you so much. That was a lot of
thank y'all. Well, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day and enjoy the rest of your week as well.
You too.
Thank you so much.
So are we doing cookies tomorrow?
I think we're doing Jeopardy tomorrow.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Jeopardy's good.
We're going to do Jeopardy tomorrow, and we'll do cookies the following week.
Okay.
So, but I haven't picked the theme for tomorrow. Do you have any suggestions?
Oh, wow. I have to think about that one.
All right. Well, if you think of a good subject, you can email me.
Okay.
I haven't picked the game yet. All right.
All righty. Well, y'all have a great day.
Barbara, you going to come play Jeopardy with us tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe she gonna have a different person tomorrow, so maybe they might be able to do it.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you tomorrow at 10:30.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Barbara. Bye, Patrick.
Wait by, Miss Barbara. Wait by.
Bye-bye.
She stayed awake the whole day, didn't she?
She did.
Yes, she did. All right.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
Okay.